Yeah, it's your boy AG, Cornerman Boxing. I'm here today with the lovely, the one and only Miss Christina Cruz, the most decorated amateur fighter in New York history. The resume speaks for itself, champ. You got arguably eight, what is it, eight Golden Glove titles?
10.
No, oh, you got 10 New York Golden Gloves. You got eight.
Yeah, and 8 USA national titles, 2 world medals, and so much more. Is a lot. It's a lot to name.
Right, right. It's just a lot. So, I mean, first of all, thank you for your time, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Today's my Sunday, so it's my day off. I did swim this morning, which was something I enjoy. But yeah, I've just been relaxing all day and running an errand.
Nice. Getting ready for that big date, huh? August 3rd.
Yes, yes, I'm very excited about it.
So I mean, talk to me. How do you feel? What's going through your mind? What's your emotions? Knowing you're finally making this big pro debut.
It feels. I know it's boxing, and I've been doing it forever. But it feels like something new because it's different now. It's no headgear, it's bigger crowds, it's cameras on you, some added pressure, I guess you would say, but I love it. I love the feeling, and I love it. Just feels like I'm walking into the boxing gym again every time I go into training. Like the first time I walked in, I keep getting that feeling.
Mm. Now this is very anticipated because all your followers, your supporters, they've been waiting for this day. They've always asked you. The media's always asked you, when is it happening? So this is highly anticipated. And I
Yeah.
gotta ask you, champ, like, what was the deciding factor for you, to finally make this decision?
So the dream was never to turn pro. I did, I flirted with it back in 2016, but knowing that I was still able to make the Olympic team and go to the Olympics, it was my focus was always on that, was making the Olympic team. And then recently, I made the Olympic team in Puerto Rico, the Olympic qualifying team. And a few days before heading out to qualifiers, they canceled it. So they
Mm-hmm.
canceled our America qualifiers without the opportunity to compete for the spot. And that just kind of shattered my dreams.
Yeah,
So yeah, I decided to redirect my goals towards pro boxing.
yeah, this whole thing has been tough. It's unprecedented times due to this pandemic. A lot it changed everybody's plans in their life. So, I mean,
Yeah,
it's really nobody you can blame here. Like maybe it's
right.
meant to be. Maybe this is your calling right here.
Right. Who knows?
Right now, as far as preparations, because I've seen you've been working hard, as you said, you've been swimming, running in the gym, you sparring guys, all that stuff. Has there been any big difference preparing for your pro fight as opposed to preparing for an amateur fight?
Not so much of a huge difference, just more like specific technical things, sitting more on my punches, and things like that. But the training has been very similar, which
Mm,
is, kind of nice because it's what I'm used to.
right. And you did this camp down in Florida, down in Sweatbox with Coach Javier Centeno.
Yes. So 1 year ago, the pandemic actually forced me to move to Florida. I was training out of New York City between there and Puerto Rico, well, being on the Puerto Rican team. And when the pandemic hit, New York completely shut down. And it's not so recently that they opened back up and started allowing sparring. But the pandemic forced me to move here. I came down here for a week just to check it out. I was invited by one of my Puerto Rican teammates, Nisa Rodriguez, and Peter Khan to come down here and train. And I fell in love with it. And I was just like, okay, this is where I got to go right now.
Is this where? So you said you moved down there. Is this where you intend on having your training camps down the line as well?
Yes, I intended on being here for quite a while.
Mm. Now, champ, the last time we spoke, I remember you mentioned to me about your side business. I believe you're involved in real estate. Are you still dealing with that stuff, or?
Yes, so I still am in the real estate business. It's something that I do on the side, and I actually enjoy it very much. Um, Getting into that was to help me transition when I did retire from my sport, but right now it is kind of like a side gig because boxing is my main focus.
Mm. Now, talk to me about this fight on August 3rd. Do you have your opponent yet? Because I don't think I've seen that. I'm not sure.
No, so we don't have an opponent yet. We're still looking. They're working super hard to find one. It will be at the flyweight division. We will give an extra few pounds if we need to, just to get that opponent. But hopefully, we'll have that opponent in time in order for me to showcase my skills in there.
Right, and that leads to my next question, because I mean I was assuming you would be fighting as a flyweight, but is that where you're gonna be campaigning at as a professional?
Yeah, so it will be the flyweight division. I'd walk around between 115 and 120, like regularly every single day. And we thought it would be a good weight class for me.
Right. Now, champ, thinking, considering everything you've experienced, everything you've learned as an amateur fighter, what might be the latest lesson, the greatest lesson that you might have learned that maybe you can share with us? Something that you feel like you've learned that you'll remember forever.
Um, just to enjoy it, because going through the process of being an elite fighter at competing at a high level, sometimes it's easy to forget that you started this because you love it. Um, just remember that, remember why you started, and it'll help you get through it. Because at
Right.
times you get rough, because it is a hard sport. It's boxing, especially in the amateurs, you're not funded as well, and you just got to remember why you started doing it.
Mm. So you got to keep that hunger, the what would you call it? Your goal. Well, your reasoning
Your
behind it.
why, yeah,
Your
your
why.
why.
Yeah. Right. I see. Now, champ, what? There's also a big rap battle coming up that night. I know this is a little off topic, but the city's hot. I mean, it couldn't have been a
I'm
better night for
excited
the
about it. I grew
right,
up on 90s hip hop, so it's the Locks versus Dipset. So I'm really
right.
excited.
Who do you see winning that? Who do you think is gonna
Oh,
happen there?
so hard. I'm gonna go with the Locks.
The Lock? Yeah, me
I
too. I
love
like that.
Styles P and I love Jada Kiss. So
Oh, you see, you like a true New York, even though they're both from New
yeah.
York, but the
No,
Locks is like real.
I love Dipset as well. I grew up on that music, but I think the Locks is gonna take it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. Now, Chan, one of the last questions I have, just to speak things into existence, what are some of the goals you have, heading into your pro career?
Um, a lot of the goals are I wouldn't say personal. Well, kind of personal. And I don't want to say them out loud just because I don't want to kind of jinx it. But I do want to be able to contribute to the sport of boxing, women's boxing especially, and things like that.
Yeah, women's boxing is certainly growing. It's a good time right now for women's boxing. And I also want to do my part and, helping, the
Thank
sport
you.
grow, as
We need
especially.
we need people like you who are willing to interview us and put the word out for us.
I appreciate that so much, champ. Now, for my final question for you, champ, before we let you go. As for you don't have to share too much because this is a little
All right.
personal, but as far as your contractual situation, as far as who you're signed to and stuff like that, is there anything you can share with us regarding that?
So right now I don't have a specific promoter. I am fighting on the Triller card, which is being promoted by Develop Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Khan had gotten me that fight. He's a manager in the boxing game. Very good friends with him. Very great guy. I have a great relationship with him, and he got us that fight.
Mm. So I mean, yeah, because I mean, with your resume, that's what people look for when they look to sign amateurs. They look at that resume. I'm sure everybody wants to sign you. You know, what I mean, you
Uh,
sell tickets. I know those tickets are selling, champ.
yeah, definitely. I've had so many people contact me already saying, "Hey, we got our tickets already. Let's do this."
Yeah, so I mean, I just I was curious, to see who was, trying to, or what you had going on, because I'm sure anybody would be dying to have you under their stable. So
Thank you. I appreciate it.
yeah, so I mean, for what's your final message, Chan? What do you have to say for all your supporters, everybody coming out on August 3rd to see Christina Cruz make that big pro debut?
I just want to thank all my supporters throughout like my entire career. I have had the best supporters, the followers, the people on Instagram. I had just so much love throughout my entire 17 years as an amateur boxer, and I just want to thank everyone for that. And I'm really excited to take them with me on this new journey to pros. It's going to be very exciting.
Absolutely. I can't wait, champ. I can't wait. So,
Thank
I
you.
mean, thank you so much for your time. I mean, I'm glad you could share these thoughts with us and the boxing world. And as I said, we all can't wait to see that big pro debut finally coming to
Thank you.
fruition.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And you have a blessed day and look forward to, the fight.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Take care, champ.